Okay.
So I'm Emily, I'm from China, so I'm going to interview you about the student housing in the campus. So let's get started. The first question, how many dorms are there and how do they differ?
I think there are around 12 to 14 dorms on campus at Pomona. It's sort of split between North Campus and South Campus. So younger students, first years and sophomores, tend to live on South Campus, and juniors and seniors tend to live on North Campus. Right now we're on North Campus. How do they differ? Well, there are some dorms on South Campus that are primarily for first year students. So in those dorms, students will live in sponsor groups. And a sponsor group is, it's a group of about 12 to 20 first year students, and they have two sponsors. And sponsors are usually sophomore students who are sort of like friends and mentors and people to help them transition to college. In other dorms, people don't live in sponsor groups. After first year, you choose where you live, right? And people sometimes live in singles, sometimes people live in suites, or sometimes they have roommates. In particular, on South Campus, there's Oldenburg Hall, which is the foreign language dorm. So there's Chinese Hall, there's Japanese Hall, French Hall, Spanish Hall, Russian Hall, and several other languages. And so students apply to live there so that they can speak the language. And there are language residents who live there from different countries, and they organize activities, cultural activities, and they teach classes.
Okay.
So
A lot of clubs, right? A lot of clubs, right?
yeah.
So next question, how many students live on campus?
17, well, there are about 100 students abroad each semester, so about 1,600 at a time are living on campus.
Okay, get it. So next question, what does the school offer to keep students safe, like emergency phones or shuttle service, etc.?
So around campus there are these emergency stations. You'll see them, they're like these big tall poles with a blue light on the top. And from any of those you can send an alert to campus safety, and someone will be there very soon. There are RAs like myself and others who are resources for students to make sure that people are safe and comfortable. And our school also uses, there's an app called Live Safe, where you can, it does things like call campus safety. You can ask a friend to watch you as you walk home to make sure that you get home. You can call campus safety to ask for a ride back to your dorm if you need it, if you feel unsafe.
So that's really safe stuff. And last question, how about the dorms, like the living conditions or facilities there?
Could you elaborate on what exactly?
Like whether the living conditions here is good, or is there a lot of living facilities which can promote students' lives?
I'd say our dorms are pretty nice. It's
very
one thing.
Clean, or is it big or not?
I think they're good sized. There's enough room. And I mean, whether they're clean is up to you, right? Because you keep your own room clean. But there are facilities around. And one thing that I wish there was more of was I wish there were more dorms with AC, with air conditioning.
Yeah.
But as far as other services go, it's pretty nice.
So thank you for your cooperation.
Of course.
What kinds of on-campus or local part-time jobs are available?
Okay, so there's a range of on-campus and local part-time jobs. It can be anything from tutoring to helping out in the English department with making copies or doing logistics for events.
And what kinds of career services offered for students?
Okay, so there's a range of career services that are offered to students. Everything from how to do a resume, how to write a cover letter. If you need help with finding a job or finding an internship, we have the resources for that too. We also have specializations, so folks who are interested in going to law school or maybe a health background, we offer support for that as well.
So the students from all over the campus will come here?
Yes, all Pomona students are able to use our office as a resource.
Yeah. And the last one, do students have access to career services after they graduate?
Absolutely, absolutely. Once you graduate from here, we are open to working with alumni who need support in navigating, being a new graduate or going into a new industry. Once you're a Sage Hen, you're always a Sage Hen.
Yeah. Are these services just available for the first year graduates, or maybe after 2 years they can come back for help?
Oh yeah, if you're 5 years out, you're welcome to come back for help. The faces may change, but the resources we provide will always be here.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a
questions.
Okay.
First, what's the academic vibe like on campus?
I think it's, a lot of people use the library, probably more Pomona students use the library than the other undergrad colleges.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of graduate students here from CGU.
Yeah.
So, and then Scripps, and then Harvey Mudd College. I think they used it maybe the least because they're in the sciences and mathematics, but
Yes. Okay, thank you. And next question, what's the midterms and finals like? Do you know that?
it's really busy around here. During the regular semester, it's not so busy, not so many people sitting here, but during finals, we're open 24 hours a day. So, yeah, we get a lot of people in here studying late, 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Oh, so they don't sleep at night?
Some people don't sleep at night.
Thank you. And does the school have an interlibrary loan program?
The library does have interlibrary loan resource sharing, so if we don't have a book, we can borrow it from another library, either locally or nationally, and get it for you in, a short amount of time.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Some questions for our assignment. First, how's the food here in the dining hall?
The food is good. It's gotten better this year. They improved the quality since last year.
So do they cater the food allergies or other special dietary needs?
Yeah, they have a lot of vegan options, and they mark all of the food as vegan or vegetarian, and they have a special fridge for gluten-free.
So are the meal plans required?
Oh yes, meal plans are required for students.
for students, but I think I'll still ask you this. Do you think, how accessible are the professors here to students?
I think they're very accessible. Everybody has a lot of office hours, and the classes tend to be very small, and we tend to know all of our students. So my office hours are always very, very full. So lots of students come to see me, lots.
Okay. And do teaching assistants ever teach classes?
No, we don't have any graduate students here. We only have undergraduates at Pomona College. So only faculty with PhDs teach the classes.
Okay. And last question, what student faculty research opportunity exists for undergraduates?
So in the math department, most of the research that we do happens either over the summer or during the senior year. So for the math major, you have to do a senior thesis project, which is a 1-year-long research project with working closely with a faculty member. And sometimes that is novel research, finding new ideas, but sometimes it's just learning about something really difficult that people already know about. And then we also work in the summer. So students work on my research and we publish together and stuff like that. So
Yeah, thank you.
all right.
ask you a few questions about health facilities.
Okay.
Okay, first question. What kinds of physical and mental health services are offered?
Sure. So as a student at Pomona, you already have these resources available to you. You can come in for health services for any kind of illness or injury or chronic ongoing condition. So student health services can help you. At the Monsoor Counseling Center, you can get 24 hours, 7 days a week mental health assistance. So we have in-person therapists here, and then in after hours, there's an on-call emergency system that can respond to students as well. And they do workshops, ongoing support groups, etc.
Okay. So how do students typically pay for wellness center services and treatment?
Sure. So the services I just described are included in tuition. And then if a student takes the student health option, you also have medical support for having therapy off campus or emergency services. It's a great health plan that students can have, in addition to what's already provided with your tuition.
So are any stress relief initiatives offered during midterms and finals?
Yes. There are many, and one office I should add is the Health Education Outreach right here next door, that has a massage chair that students can get a massage. Groups that are support groups for stress relief. There's extra programming. Students can do stress relief, yoga, meditation, how to plan your semester to avoid stress. So there's a lot of options there.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay.
Movies or plays or concerts are being shown these days?
Yeah, so we have a movie theater in the town that students can go to for $6, which is a lot less than what it costs normally to go other places. And then we have this auditorium where they do concerts, they do music performances, dance performances, ballroom dance, all sorts of things that happen here.
And is it free or discounted for students?
So we have free stuff that happens on campus, and then there are discounted things that happen in Los Angeles. So you can go to, I went to a Broadway show for $15. It's usually like 60 or 100 other places. So they have a lot of discounts for students.
And the last question, can you participate in productions even if you aren't an art student?
Yes, so none of our departments are closed for specific majors. So last year, the lead character in the musical was a computer science major. So you can do all sorts of things depending on what you're studying.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Students applied to the school last year, and how many were admitted?
I know that I think the admission rate was like 8.1%, but I don't know how many applied.
Okay. Yeah. And how much is expenses for international students per year?
I think it's the same as for all students. I think it's 72,000.
72,000.
Yeah.
And do you know what about the separate, like tuition and fees, health insurance, and?
I think housing is around $10,000. I believe tuition is around $56,000. And I think that there are outside expenses like books and travel, which total about $3,000 maybe.
Yeah. And are there any institutional scholarships offered here?
Yes, there's both financial aid and academic scholarships.
While among the other subjects, there aren't any scholarships? Or?
Other than, well, there's scholarships there's academic scholarships. So students that are academically high achieving can receive scholarships. And then there are some outside scholarships from donors I think you can receive.
About how much money is the upest level to the scholarship?
Is the what level?
The most amount of the scholarship they receive.
There's a large group of students on campus called their Quest Scholars, and they actually get tuition, books, and everything paid for. So they receive 100% financial aid. So they receive $72,000 a year to go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that group of students is around 20 each year.
Okay. And how can a prospective student set an interview with an admission counselor?
You can either go online and go to the admissions page, and you can probably set that up via email the admissions office, or you can probably call the admissions office.
Are you a freshman here?
No, I'm a junior here.
Yeah, you know lots about the
third
school.
year. I
They filmed it in Hollywood, and Pomona's campus was used for Yale's campus. And this was the admissions office, that lobby.
So this lobby is used for lots of movies?
So this was a Pomona building, and then it became a 5-college building. And the LA Philharmonic Orchestra used to, this was their concert hall. And then they built their own facility maybe 20 years ago and moved out. So Pomona bought this back to use as our big, we've got 2 concert halls. This is the bigger one.
So this is where Taylor Swift was
Taylor, yep. Harvey Mudd students won a national contest, and that was to bring Taylor Swift, but this is the biggest auditorium of the colleges.
I wish I had been here earlier.
Yeah, it would have been fun. Well, lots of interesting people come through Big Bridges here. It's still one of the bigger venues in the LA area. I mean, not the biggest, but big enough. 2,500 is plenty of seating for most events. That's good. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you.